The way forward is a big topic I think I understand tonight when it comes to marketing board. And I could only give my suggestion because I hear a lot of people give a lot of explanation as to what happened in marketing board. I don't want to give my experience. I want to see something that could help you way forward. First of all, marketing board must run a business like the bank, that we could buy shares as farmers in marketing board, and therefore we go have more power. In that case, we go have a board of directors that we could hold accountable. We cannot continue doing the same thing over and over the way we do it and expect to get better results. It won't work. Now, the farmers of Grenada, 9 out of every 10 farmers, I could tell you that they do something else for a living. So, compared to St. Lucia and St. Vincent, where I have been and see farmers operate, I find our Grenadian farmers, we're not serious. I was so surprised to see so much of people tonight, only because the Prime Minister is here. and that's a fact. I work in the Department of Agriculture for 36 years, and I could tell you when you have a farmers meeting, if you don't give out money, you don't get in 20 farmers easily. But tonight they say, I didn't know all these people selling in marketing, but I shocked. So, farmers, when there is something important to you, you must show interest. We sit and we allow marketing board to come the way it is, you know. And tonight, look, listen to us, all kind of comments. We sit, many a times some of us when we speak, because some others getting the big benefit, they shut us up. And the whole thing is, we need serious control over marketing board. That is all. I am pretty sure that farmers in Grenada could produce top quality food. There is no question about it. Some of you might be living in the dark, but you must go around the country and see the quality of dashing and so forth some of the farmers producing, the kind of cabbage, tomatoes. But don't believe our Grenadian farmers stupid. If you're getting 10 cents for poor quality, you will go and produce high quality and get the same 10 cents? It can't work. So you have to understand that our people, we are not stupid. That's why you see 9 out of every 10 farmers in Grenada are doing something else, because they realize the game that they are playing. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I think that we need to focus on better management of that board, because what it was set out to do, we gone past that. Even we may have to look deep and see if it's only that we should do, because it's business. We can't say it's only bringing food to the schools and so forth. It has to be a bigger business than that. It has to be a national business marketing bodies, and all the kind of little corruption you hear people talking about, they will go away. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for all of the comments and the couple of questions. I've made a lot of notes. And I think there are others here who are making notes on my own behalf, and I believe all of this is recorded, so we certainly have the opportunity to go back and look at what you've said. We do have another consultation tomorrow on the West Coast in St. John to hear from farmers on that side of the island. After that process is finished, we will certainly go back to the current board of MNIB. We have to go back to the Cabinet of Grenada, and then we will come back to the public to indicate what are the options that we have agreed to go with. We will also have to speak to the union and the workers at MNIB. I wish I wasn't in a position where this should have been a meeting where we should be telling farmers that the entity they own is paying them a dividend this afternoon, etc. And so ideally, I wish we can get to the point where, to the last speaker's comment, that the entity, as a national entity, is owned more by farmers and less by the government itself. But the government is also representative of farmers. So you can rest assured that we will do everything in our best interests to promote the interests of the farmers, to continue promoting food production. Because if we can't feed ourselves, then those who are feeding us could hold us to ransom. And so the goal ultimately is to get us to a point where we can feed ourselves by consuming the things that we can produce. And the things that we produce doesn't have to remain static. It can change, it can improve, it can get better. So I certainly want to assure you the Minister of Agriculture is here, to the agro-processors in particular. Agro-processing unit has been set up. We certainly intend in this year to give as much support as we can to farmers and to agro-processors. As announced in the budget, we have an ambitious $10 million loan that we've gotten to use for the purpose of emergency food production. And so we will do everything in our power to ensure that the government can implement by providing the support, whether it's in the form of machinery, equipment, fertilizer, technical assistance, land clearing, etc., etc. But to the last speaker's point, the government or MNIB is not a thing, it is people. And for us to actually produce the food, we need farmers. We need people to speak up. We need people to get involved. Don't just come to see me, right? Because if after you come to see me, the food import bill goes from 400 million to 500 million, we are making a difference. I want the food import bill to go from 400 million to 300 million so that the 100 million could stay within Grenada and could go into the pockets of the farmers, the agro-processors, and other persons involved in agriculture and food production. So thank you very much for your very large turnout. Thank you for those who are online. I believe, is that saying there's 1,000 people online? All right, well, 1,100 people online. So to the 1,100 people online, thank you very much for tuning in and for your comments. And this process of engagement is going to continue. Today we were talking about MNIB, but we had a long budget debate leading up to Christmas, and we have to implement the budget. And for us to implement that budget, we need you to take part in that process. So the post-budget consultations about how we implement the budget, what we need to do, when we need to do it, is going to continue. So I ask you to continue staying engaged, continue engaging us on radio, on Facebook, all the social media platforms, and in forums like that. There are a lot of government ministers here. There might be one individual, I know sometimes they may be under a lot of pressure, but they sign up for the pressure cooker job. So we can't apologize or feel sorry for the fact that we're under pressure. It's what we put our hands up for. And so please continue to stay engaged, continue to make your suggestions to us as to how we can improve things and be better. And continue praying for us and for praying for yourself and for the nation of P.T. Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada. So thank you very much. I don't know if I'm doing the vote of thanks. I find a song like I'm doing the vote of thanks. But just in case that's not my job, I want to wish all of you a pleasant night. Make sure you get home safely and be careful on the roads. Thank you very much.